Buff Nation, what's going on? You can tell I have not been working very hard today because I'm on my third live stream of today. And what better way to finish off a Friday, starting my weekend, than with Rawhide Media for you. Rawhide, how's it going, man? Looking like you're enjoying the beautiful weather out there in Boulder, Colorado. Can you give me a weather forecast for this weekend? We got any transfer portal guys forecasted to Boulder? How's it going, man?
Man, it's going great. It's going great. I don't know, man, that the opportunity may have increased with the word about Chip Kelly maybe making a move.
Man, crazy, right? Let's go ahead and start there. I mean, asshole move by Chip Kelly. Like, should he have left maybe a little while back or resigned? Is this about the money? Midnight meld, man. Midnight meld. This is the reality of college football, though. This is how it is sometimes. But if you're UCLA Bruin, I mean, it's shitty, man. It's shitty. There's no good time for a coach to leave, for sure. But this has to be one of the worst times to leave after National Signing Day if you're a player, man. What were your initial thoughts to Chip Kelly going out to Ohio State?
Oh, not surprised at all. I think me and you said one. We talked about Chip one other time. Chip Kelly, he just like CBS article said, he just wants to coach ball, man. This college football has gotten so complicated, so many moving parts. I repeat, he never liked recruiting anyway. That was one of the reasons why he left and went to the NFL, and that didn't work out. And I think he just was forced to go back into college football because of his what he accomplished there in the NFL. And now he's just like, I gotta get the hell out of here, bro. I gotta go do something where where I can just coach football. I ain't got to worry about all that other stuff.
Now, I do think this is kind of interesting. I haven't brought this up on either of the streams that I've been on previously. I only save my best takes for you, Raw. Okay.
I appreciate it.
But let's play hypothetical a little bit. Say Ryan Day has another 10-win, 2-loss season again. Ohio State Buckeye fans are pissed off. Could you see Chip Kelly being in line to be elevated at Ohio State?
Absolutely not. No, Chip Kelly. I think he's going to go there, try to put on his best performance, and find the first thing rocking to the NFL. He's out of there, bro. Out of there.
I think he's done recruiting, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you got to be hitting the recruiting trail hard if you're going to be running a program like Ohio State. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, though, to see what he does with Will Howard. I haven't really thought too deeply about my expectations for Ohio State. Other than that, I'm going to assume they're a college football playoff team this year, because when have they not finished as a top 12 team in however many years? That's absolutely going to happen. And we'll see where Chip Kelly goes after that. But I also thought that Bill O'Brien going to Boston College, I think that's a good fit, man. I'm excited to see how that goes. I think Bill O'Brien gets a bad rap. I think he totally gets a bad rap. He was fired from Houston, not because he was a bad head coach, but because he was an idiot GM, like a lot of these head coaches become after they get those responsibilities. And call plays at Alabama when they won a national championship, if I don't remember, or if I remember correctly. This other stint with the New England Patriots, I'm not going to put that on him. They had one of the worst rosters in all the NFL, and no wide receivers. Mac Jones, I think he might have regressed. Bailey Zappi, he at least outplayed Russell Wilson this year, but not much there. Not much there from an offensive standpoint. I'm not going to blame him for that. He did a good job with Penn State years ago. Why can't he do a good job with Boston College now? What are your thoughts on that move?
Well, it depends on what do you mean by a good job. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
'Cause
define that.
yeah, exactly. So I think he can turn them into a winning program. I think they're a 5-tier program, meaning that I think the goal should be 6 and 7 wins, maybe
Yes.
8, especially
Yes.
in that league. I mean, bro, listen. I think, yeah, Boston College, they're never going to recruit great. Um, they can be beneficiaries of the transfer portal, and I don't know about the academic standards as far as getting people in. I'm not sure if they're similar to Notre Dame, the old Colorado, but if they can get players in, you know what I'm saying? If they can get players through the transfer portal, they can do that. Sorry about that. Hold on.
No, you're good.
If they can get, I apologize, man. If they can get guys through the transfer portal, bro, he can turn into a winning program. Won't be the Boston College of old though. It won't be those old Boston College teams, but they can be a decent team.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be something fun to keep an eye on because a lot of people hate his guts, but I'm going to be cheering for him to do a good job. Beat up on the new ACC that includes Cal and Stanford and SMU. I mean, we'll see how that goes. But I've been beating around the bush, rawhide. We should probably get to it. This really hasn't been that big of a deal for you or me, but it seems like our chat is absolutely obsessed with this topic for the last 3 months. Is this the last day where we don't or that we have to talk about it? It seems like there's finally some finality with this.
Oh Lord.
Warren Sapp joining the staff as a GA. Initial reaction to it.
Ooh, okay. Initial reaction. I'm disappointed that he had to go the GA route, and that has absolutely nothing to do with Coach Prime. That has nothing to do with Warren Sapp. That has everything to do with administrators. And but I am finally happy that he's on staff, and we don't have to speculate whether if he's coming or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be a positive, an asset. I believe that he's going to be able to instill some type of attitude into that defense. And I guess what I'm going to sit back and watch is I want to see the coaching dynamics amongst the coaches, because he's not your traditional GA.
He's a GA that ain't going to be taking any classes.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Or the GA that go get you a cup of coffee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the power dynamics, I think the power dynamics is going to be entertaining. That's what I'm ready to see. Huh? I mean,
Yeah.
what? How does your new DC, right? Talk to this GA and instruct him on how he expects operational
See Rob
standpoint.
Livingston saying, "Hey, Warren Sapp, why don't you go get me a cup of coffee and shut the fuck up?"
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm ready to see. I think it's gonna be highly entertaining to see the power dynamics. You know what I'm saying, at this university. But I think everybody got to understand that. You know what I'm saying, that's kind of tongue in cheek. We just kind of talking on that, but I just find it interesting that my man Warren Sapp, the GA, with the other GAs, right? They're just trying to get into it, but you know what I'm saying, and see how he's treated. You know what I mean?
Now, did you see his comments that he made on Radio Row saying, "I had all those guys in the hot tub with me wanting to suck knowledge out of me"? Like,
there you go.
Are these the type of one-liners? Can we suck some attitude out of him too? Like, I hope we're just sucking all season long off of Warren Sapp, man. We need that attitude.
I don't even know where to go with that. I'm running. Let me run away from that. I don't know, bro. Hey, listen. If the young man, seriously, if the young man is ready to listen to what Warren Sapp has to offer, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he's been a dude that, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, as he said, you know what I'm saying, had to get it out the dirt, I got the mud. And so if they listen to him, he can kind of guide them into the right direction. So I think that's a positive. Now that whatever in the hot tub, I really can't speak to that.
Hey, Boulder's a weird place, so however you want to describe it, it's probably welcome. Now, with more of the technicalities around this position, Bishop brought up a good point here. Can a GA be on the field on game day? Do you happen to know, Rawhide? I have no idea.
He can't wear a headset. I thought the GAs can.
Okay.
I thought that the GAs can be on the field, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all can help me out. If I'm wrong, man, y'all let me know. But the good thing about the GA and analysts there, the GAs can actually have dealings with the players.
That's good.
So
that's good. So he
yeah.
can be on the field. Now, if we do want to get him an 11th headset, I have a great idea. Now, hopefully nobody from the NCAA sees this or any rats that were ratting on Michigan this year, but this is how you do it. You take Warren Sapp, you build a larger chip mascot uniform or whatever, and you have Warren Sapp in there as Chip. He can wear the headset by being covered by, the Chip mascot head. He can coach from in there, but it might be a dead giveaway that Chip might be twice his normal size this next season if we were to go that route. But I would like to see Warren Sapp with a headset. What can I say?
Oh my God. Hey, listen, man. With the new rules, they always changing, bro. You don't know what people can and cannot do. But I'll just say I'm just ecstatic, bro. I am so ready to, bro. I'm just ready to see him step on at that university, and I want to see what he has to offer. Because let's don't act like we all are not dying for some competent coaching, or at least people knowing what they're supposed to do. So I think we all are dying for that.
Yeah. We need some attitude. I want to see if he's talking shit to the other coaches too, or others talking shit to the other players, like the offensive line.
Yeah. Now I will say this though about the offensive line. It seems that they have a different type of attitude.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah,
I'm just not sold on. Oh man, am I going dark side, Dave? Am I going over to the dark side here?
Yeah, I'll keep trying to pull you back. You know what I'm saying? You can't go all the way dark side. You know what I'm saying? But we don't like dark side Dave.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna love the protect 2, the don't touch 2, the DT2. We can make that a new saying. I'm all about that. Sell the merch. I'm all about that. What I get nervous about, Rawhide, is that I have literally seen posts from, other CU content creator brethren that I absolutely love. And, other people on Twitter, other people, in this whole community saying, we have an elite offensive line and defensive line now, guys. I'm just hoping that we can just manage the expectations a little bit, y'all. I just saw this. I never looked at it, but I saw the Pro Football Focus. Granted, take this all with a grain of salt, but Van Wells was ranked about 100 spots better than Yakiri Walker was this past year. Just throwing that out there. I still think we'll have a better offensive line than this past year, but let's not act like everybody on this offensive line right now is NFL draft pick bound. I don't think that's the case.
Oh, Dave, why did you do that? Okay. People tend to use the word elite loosely. Okay, I get that. I think I'm going to see if I can translate their elite. I think what their elite means they're going to be much better performance on the field, a much better.
Okay, if I'm going to repurpose that word, okay, I can get behind it. Maybe we just start out every single show with a disclaimer. This is what elite means. It means we're just a little bit better. If that's the case, we truly are elite at every position.
Dave, you got me wrong here, bro. Elite falls into the realm of first round draft picks. You know what I mean? So, but listen, man, I think that's what they mean by elite. So I would also agree with them. The offensive line will be elite. But per that definition,
we're going to be the most elite 7-5 team college football's ever seen.
Oh my God! Now we went 7-5. Dave, you got to come back over as you over there. I don't know which way how people saying it, bro. Please don't do that to him. I'm begging you, Dave. Do not be that. No, don't do that to him. Look, Dave thinks 9-3. Let me hold on before I have to fight people on that. But you're right. We will be an elite. We will be an elite team that's 8-5, 8-4, 7-5, maybe 9-3, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Elite per that definition.
Yeah, man.
I mean, because we also grade on solid goals measuring stick. Either you're Hall of Famer or you're trash, right? Either you're a Heisman Trophy contender or you trash, right? Either you're a Super Bowl winner or you're trash. There is no middle ground, right? With some of these measuring sticks here.
Well, Ra, if this is how we're going to define it, people are going to be upset at this, but this shows that I'm on the CU bandwagon. Rob Livingston is an elite defensive coordinator hire then. Like, if we're talking about it from that perspective, those people cannot be mad at this defensive hire and say that, because they're the same people that are saying, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed with this man that has never been fired for his 12 years of coaching in the NFL.
Yeah. I agree. He is an elite DC. I agree with that per the definition. But look, I'll say this. I will say this. If he had got hired, right, and he most likely he didn't have that ability or whatever the case may be. I don't know the inner workings of what goes on there. If he had just got hired without anybody really speaking on it, I don't think people would have a particular an emotional take, whether good or bad. I think we would have took it as it's good to keep going. Now, make sure you understand. I think it's a good hire. I believe it's a good hire. All right. Now, sometimes I approach it from the aspect of people calling it elite when we're not defining elite that way, and I have a conversation per that. But in the normal football, you know what I'm saying, sense, matter of speak, it's a good hire, bro. Just a good hire.
Yeah. Now, but is it good enough? Is it elite enough for LSU? That's the measuring stick.
That's a different measuring stick. Okay, that's different. You know, that's different. That's different, Dave. That's different. Now, so context matters. Context matters really when you're speaking on everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even being sarcastic. I see some people drop this. I'm not being sarcastic.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, exactly. I believe it's a good hire. I also, you know what I'm saying? But how some people use, because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I know I'm rambling a little bit. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think when they say elite, like when you mentioned with the offensive line, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt of them. What they really mean is that they're going to be very much improved.
I hope so.
You said you hope so. You ain't giving them no benefit of the doubt. You ain't giving them none of that.
All I'm saying, and this might upset some people. I still think we're not going to take 56 sacks this year.
Oh no.
Might we take 30? Yeah, but that's a big time improvement. But people, it's still going to be at the point where people are going to be bitching about this offensive line. I know that.
30 sacks is a lot.
Yeah, I know. People are going to find ways. But all I'm saying is that, but I'm not expecting it to look elite. That's the thing. I'm expecting it to look much better, but I'm not expecting it to look perfect. But I feel like the same people that are saying that this is a substantial improvement, they're still, going to be judging it on a elite type of grid, which isn't fair to these guys. I feel like it sets them up to be shit on just as much as we shit on last year's offensive line. I don't think that's fair.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. And now that you make that point, and honestly, a lot of my takes come from what you just explained. I think we do players and coaches sometimes a disservice because we use these words when we're talking about them, like, you know what I mean? They're going to be a first round draft pick when we obviously know they're not going to be a first round draft pick. But we'll say something like, the elite offensive line, they don't really mean, saying that they're going to be first and second rounders. So I think sometimes we do a disservice when we just say some of the things that we say and things don't happen the way that is, and then people kind of scrutinize them. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
just my take on it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do want to say, somebody had a comment in here that said, TK, DT2 with 30 sacks, burn the merch. You know, that's the thing, man. Some of this has to do with the fact that I still think we're going to air this thing out. And I know some people have an opinion that we're going to be running the ball more, but I still think it's probably going to be a 70-30 split. And that's why we'll still see 2 touched.
Oh, Dave, do not.
Man, I feel like I'm just giving bad news on a Friday. What is wrong
what are
with
you
me?
doing, Dave? What are you doing, bro? I do not believe that. I believe
We disagree?
bro. I think they're gonna play complementary football. I think they're not gonna live on the philosophy of, you know what I'm saying? We ain't running the ball just to run. I don't believe that. I think they're gonna take full advantage of Alton, Dylan Edwards. Bro, if they go out there chucking that ball around, we're gonna be in for a long season, bro.
Dude, I think we're gonna go out there chucking that ball around. Look at all the receivers we brought in, man.
No, Dave, I don't believe that. I think they're smarter than
You
that.
think we brought in LeJonte Wester to block? Hell no. But I guess you think he's the next Willie Gaines. That's not fair.
No. I didn't say he was the next. I think they're comparable. I think they're comparable. But look here, man. Look, let me tell you this. Write this down. Everybody listen. Write this down. If I see against North Dakota State, Shadeur Sanders line up under center, them son of a guns gonna win 10 or more ball games. I'm sold, bro. Playoff bound, bro. Playoff bound. If he lines up under center, playoff bound, man. Playoffs.
Man, I love that because I think we're on the verge of playoff bound, just airing that thing out. So, but okay, I got a question for you, Rawhide. And man, I'm going full dark side. Okay, I'm going full dark side.
I'd rather you not go full dark side.
Oh man, my viewers are going to crucify me for getting on here with you because you're the one that influences me. You're the one that makes me ask these questions. You're the one that texts me and said, Dave, I'm gonna throw you $5 on Cash App if you ask these questions. I say, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it.
I can say this, Dave. Every time I read when we do a show, I look at your comments. They're like, "Are you going on the show, Rawhide?" I'm like, "What did Rawhide say? That was so god awful bad."
He influences Dave so much,
bro. Your comments be on fire.
Here's what I'm gonna say is going back to my hypothetical, man. If nobody caught Coach Prime's ear to run the damn ball this past year, has the staff really changed much in terms of those guys who should be saying we got to run the ball more? Like, Pat Shurmur was here last year. He was analyzing this whole thing. In my experience, when Pat Shurmur's got an elite quarterback, he throws that ball around all the time, man, which I don't have a problem with. I think some people think the fact that I expect us to throw the ball around as a negative thing. Nah, I just see that as you're playing through your best player on the field. I don't see it as a negative thing. I'm just not totally sold on this being even a 60-40 split most games.
I would take 60. I'd take 60-40. I'd take that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, design runs. I would take that. I would. I understand, man. We live in 2024. That they're not gonna pound the ball like they used to. But I think they should. I think they're going to run the ball at least to keep the defense honest. And I think I said this on my show, and I got flack. They pushed back on it. I also think it's imperative that Colorado wins games this season to even help Shadeur stop as far as being draftable.
Oh.
So I think all those play, you know what I'm saying? I think all those play a part into the philosophy that they're going to go in this coming up season.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you look at, I think Shadeur Sanders looks better throwing between 250, 275 yards, winning ball games, than throwing between 315 and 350 yards a game and losing some games. You see what I'm saying? I think he's much more draftable, or he looks better doing that than he does on the other side. And I think Coach Prime understands that. I think he understands that. So that's another reason why I believe they're going, because I believe they're going to even slow the game down. So
yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I will say you're influencing me. Our commenters are totally right, because I can get behind that. Want to slow the pace down, run the ball a little bit more, because that narrative about Shadeur not being a winner, oh my God, that is going to be so exhausting if that's the case.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, what was Michigan? What was Michigan's quarterback? What was it? JJ
McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy, bro. People was talking about him in the Heisman discussions. He wasn't slanging the ball all the way around, because that's not necessarily what's required. You need all those. You really need all those stats, right, to get you over the hump when your team is not elite. And the real meaning of elite, meaning that, you know, you can win 11 ball games, 10 ball games. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that
college
definition
playoff.
of elite.
Yeah, the real definition of elite. but I mean, you can't have. You can have what we would call game managing, or you can JJ McCarthy type of stats, right? And you're winning, bro. Heisman Trophy, bro. Go to New York. If he averages what 350, if he throws for 4K, they win 7 ball games. He's not going to New York. It's not going to happen.
You're right about that. You got to win at least 9 games.
Right. He ain't going. So I think they all understand that. And a pro style offense too. And I know pro style doesn't necessarily mean slow down, but generally running a pro style offense, the offense is not a quick pace offense.
Yeah. Which I would have loved to see us go more up tempo this past year at home. A lot of times when Tom Brady ran that huddle up in kind of the late 2000s, or like early 2010s, they did a lot more of that at home. Not because of the altitude, but probably just because it's easier to run, obviously, at home. I would have liked to see it, but at the end of the day, I don't really think it's imperative that we do that to win ball games. And I think we got more than enough talent to win a lot of ball games. We just got to play discipline, man. And sometimes with playing hurry up this past year, we weren't disciplined enough to play it because we weren't lining up correctly. We were lining up off sides or jumping the snap early or not set, all of that. So if we just say, you know what, forget that, we're only going to be running that in 2 minutes, maybe that helps us alleviate the penalties and mistakes as well.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see this is, I guess it can only happen if we change the rules to have the radios in the helmets, but it's like, do you think you'd see Shadeur ever call play in like a huddle type of thing? Like break a huddle, you know?
You talking about the offense huddling?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's real pro style.
Oh my God. I don't know if they're gonna go that far with it. Maybe I don't know, man. I don't think so.
Probably not,
think so, bro. I don't think so. Hey, speaking of, right, a little off subject. Do you remember when defenses used to huddle? I bet you a lot of people don't even remember that.
No, man.
You don't remember that?
Wayne, can you tell me the last time you remember that?
Man, it's been a while. But yeah, defenses used to huddle just like offenses did.
I was born 92. Was it before 92?
I think it was a little bit. I think it was after that. Yeah, it was after that. Yeah, defense used to huddle, bro. Sure did.
Weird. Yeah. How'd they have time?
Huh?
How'd they have time to huddle with like
substitutions and all that? They just huddle just like the offense does. Substitute just like the offense does. Yeah, they sure did, bro.
We got a couple super chats real quick.
Yeah, let me run through them real quick. Waiting on that opportunity. Bishop Frank, Dr. Newkirk, he says, straight shots ring it out. Open down the stoop, barbershop, see you, Big 12 standing on business. Hey, I think he mentioned that when they were talking about the elite and the offensive line. I think that's when he mentioned that. Yeah. And then we got East Coast Kev. What's up, man? With the $5 soup, he said, I was telling people for weeks they should hire Warren Sapp. I love saying I told you so. Well, I don't necessarily. Technically, he ain't hired. He's a GA, but I mean, I'm good with that.
I want to circle back to this, Rawhide, because we keep it pretty informal, man. When we're chatting, when we're streaming together, can you help me understand the obsession with seeing this hire through? Like, I never saw anybody saying "I told you so" with Pat Shurmur or anything like that. I'm just trying to understand. Why are people so emotionally invested in what has happened with this one way or the other? I'm just trying to get it. Is it just because he's a Hall of Famer or he's funny or like I think he's a good hire, but I don't feel like my record prediction, for instance, it does not change one bit whether Warren Sapp is on the staff in any capacity or not. And I'm not trying to like downplay his hire, so to speak, but I'm just trying to say, like, I don't really feel like right now he has a huge impact on
he doesn't
really anything.
Yeah, so you think he doesn't move the needle, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I agree. I think people are infatuated with him simply because of the name, you know, what he did in the NFL. And I think a lot of people feel like he's going to be able to help recruiting. But as we can see, because, oh my God, can I say this without people losing their minds? I'm trying to figure out how to say this. As we can see, being a Hall of Famer and carrying the name of Deion Sanders, that doesn't take you over the top in recruiting. Would you agree to that?
I think Warren Sapp can help with recruiting, but I think
right. I'm just saying those assets that Warren Sapp has. Coach Prime has the same thing, and everybody was hanging their hat about how well the recruiting is going to go, and that hadn't occurred yet.
Yeah.
So I think, which is not a knock on Coach Prime or anything. I think people. I don't know if people use what happened and the type of talent he brought into Jackson State and thought that would translate as far as to Power 5, but the playing field actually equaled out, and I think that those qualities that those two men possess, I don't think those premier kids really care about that because it hadn't really worked as far as what the expectations of the type of talent that you bring in.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just laughing at the comments. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that there are some interesting comments here that you guys are helping me out understanding as well. But yeah, he has a gold jacket, no doubt. And I think I think I've said this for months now. I feel like we've been talking about this for months. I feel like we need some more of that type of attitude on the staff as well. And Coach Sal is one of those guys that I really like in terms of an attitude perspective. So, hey, if our D-line can really carry, you know, the spirits of those guys, I think we're going to be in much better shape this year. Like, no doubt. Yeah. I just thought it was pretty interesting, man. I just thought this whole thing was kind of interesting.
Yeah, bro, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the same thing that I think people look at with Coach Prime, but
or like people wanting me to have like a really like be on one side or the other. Like that's kind of where I felt like you really wanted him on the staff or like you just really didn't. And to me, I think he'll be a great coach, you know, but I wasn't
great. Okay, how are we defining? Okay, wait. How are we defining great? Is that the same as elite?
Oh, yes. Let's make sure. I think he will help the guys improve. I think he'll make them better players. I think they'll suck a ton of knowledge out of him. And Coach Hayes said that he thinks Warren Sapp will be a good coach. Yeah. And Coach Hayes knows Florida. Coach Hayes been around him. So Yeah, if Coach Hayes has a positive recommendation, I agree. If
You know,
Sapp is an awesome pickup to it, what?
I don't know, bro. He's weird. They weird what they say. He say Rawhide is a fool if Sapp isn't an awesome pickup to his hillbilly
What
hater.
we never said he wasn't an awesome
I know,
pickup,
bro.
man. This is what
They
I
hear
don't
what they want,
get.
bro. They hear what they want to hear, bro. They hear what they want to hear. It's cool. I like it though. I like it though. That's honestly what makes sports so entertaining. Is the fact that you can actually hear something that's never actually been said. I love it, bro. I love it. I love it.
Now,
It's
Switch
funny.
coming out here. Let's just get to this, man. I feel like I can always ask you about these things or just comment on them. I think it's funny. Switch 40 came out here, said they went and hired out David Talk's twin brother as a DC. Man, I think it's so funny that yeah, like what the heck, man? What's up with Prime? I guess this can be an inclusive program because we're only bringing in black players and then we're only bringing in white coordinators. That's just
Oh
how
Lord.
it's playing out, man. The
Oh
only white
Lord.
guys we're bringing on are our preferred walk-ons.
Bro, I know, bro. That I know. I
Why
know.
is that, man? Why? I don't really think there's much to make about it, but I just find that as a funny trend with the coordinators right now.
Yeah, it is, bro. Hey, look, man. We got. I would defend Rob with this as far as I don't know the people that dislike the Rob DC hire. I don't know if they did. I hear him say he hadn't been a DC, but I don't. I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I don't think you had to be a DC, but I don't know if they're making that take because how important this upcoming season is. Like if what they're saying is because the next season you got Shadeur Sanders, you got Travis Hunter. This is going to be your last season with those guys. They are, you know, what I'm saying they're needle movers. So you kind of want to entrust your defense in this upcoming season with somebody with experience calling defenses. If that's what they're saying, okay, I hear you. You make sense. That's not one of those crazy takes. You make sense. I don't agree with that, but you do make sense.
Yeah.
Because I think what a lot of people need to understand is that, bro, people get promoted from player, you know what I'm saying, position coach to DC all the time. That happens all the time. I mean, that's generally the progression.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So generally speaking. So yeah, if people got a problem with that, I get what they're saying, but I'm good with it.
No doubt. Now, this is something else that I want to ask you about. I was kind of talking about it with Russ a little bit, but it's something that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on. If you got any interesting things to say,
Oh
that
Lord,
Coach
probably.
Prime just brought this guy in, Livingston. I always want to call him Longfellow. They just brought him in to get Shiloh to the NFL. Can we dispel that one?
Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. See, as you can see, not a hater. Hater is, I think, if you believe that, and I don't believe that. I think they brought the guy in because that's who they can get.
Yeah,
I just think that's who
I
they
think
can
so
get.
too.
Honestly, I think that he could have very well, the candidate they brought in could have very well been the same type of guy coaching the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Or coaching them. Well, I was going to say coaching linebackers, but we know better than that. But it could have been the same type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't subscribe to that, bro. I think it's just happenstance, and even in addition to that, Kelly coached the safeties too. So
Yeah.
really, it's an even swap. I don't know, man. People try to make anything out of everything.
Yeah. I think it's so funny, man. Like it can be for your sons, but also for the betterment of the team as a whole. I think one of our strengths in recruiting right now is recruiting secondary. So, I mean, it makes sense. And I think it's a big thing to bring in a DC with a ton of NFL secondary coaching experience. All those guys are going to get better. I don't get it, man. I think, and you know what? I'm just going to get to it. Everybody needs to stop hating on Shiloh. He was our best safety this year. People want to hate on him. Raw. I don't know who the hell else you would say was our best safety this year. Better not be Trevor Woods, but he was our best safety this year, man. He was our best safety. I'll say it 10 more times. He was our best safety this year. Why are people hating?
Because, okay, I'm not saying this is true. I am not saying this is true. I'm answering your question. Because the best safety on a bad defense can still be a bad safety.
Well, I'm trying to think if Shiloh was bad.
Huh?
I'm trying to think if Shiloh was
I'm not saying that's what he was. I'm just answering your question. That's all. That's it. And
You're
I
saying
know
we were so bad we didn't have a best safety?
I mean, okay, I think would you think Bentley was the best linebacker they had? Who would you think the best linebacker they had? I'm just asking.
I would say Bentley. I
Okay,
would say
okay.
Bentley.
So Bentley. All right. Is Bentley a good or bad linebacker?
I think he's average.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I think he's the guy whose play really improves if he has a better defensive line ahead of him. But he's not a guy that we saw really elevated the rest of the defense, right?
Hey, people hate Bentley. Let me just let it. FYI, the chat, not today, but just people in today, they can't stand his play. Yeah. They can't stand Bentley's play.
Right now, I would not be surprised if he was starting right there next to Jalen Wester. I mean, I like Bentley more than Trevor Woods, and Demoy Kennedy can't stay healthy.
Right. Well, hey, you're right about that. And remember, let me just say, I am very pro player. I rarely talk bad about players. I'm always on the coach's head, but especially in the first season. Now, I have said some things, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, I'm very pro player. So I think that's what they're saying, man. I listen, man. I was hard on Shiloh. Listen, I was hard on Shiloh during the season. I will say, and I went in on him quite a bit during the season, talking about specific games. I mean, let's just be all honest about it. If he improves his tackling, I think that would make him draftable.
Yes.
You know, yeah, I think that makes him draftable. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question here. Where do you think Xavier Weaver is going to get drafted?
Day 3.
So you think he's a day 3 guy?
I've been saying he's a day 2 guy. It sucks he didn't go to the Senior Bowl.
I thought he got the invite. I thought he got invited. I thought he
didn't. He got an invite to the combine. So I think there's a chance, depending on how he tests, to get his way back up into day 2. But the more like I educate myself about the rest of the wide receiver class, it is so deep, man. I see him going day 3 sometime.
All right. So you think Weaver is a day 3 guy? What rounds are in day 3? 5, 6, 7?
4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah.
Okay. My question to you now is Shiloh a better safety than Xavier Weaver is a wide receiver?
Say that again.
Is Shiloh now granted, I do understand the position of importance, right? Some positions are a little bit more important than others, right? Let's exclude that. Let's exclude the importance of the position. I'm asking you, is Shiloh a better safety than Xavier Weaver is a wide receiver?
No. Right now, I would probably say Shiloh, if you were in the draft right now, probably a 6th, 7th round draft pick or going undrafted.
Okay.
And like that's kind of how I see it. So I do think somebody like Rob Livingston would be able to help him elevate his draft grade as well. But I think my hope is that everybody in the secondary elevates their game as well. Totally. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like that's kind of how I see Shiloh right now. Kind of like how I see Rod Ward. Now, Rod Ward, maybe he sneaks into the 7th round with a team that really likes him. I probably see him going undrafted, competing for a practice squad spot on one of these NFL teams.
Right. And again, the reason why I asked you that, for those that's listening, understand the meaning behind that is that I know we get caught up in our emotions because we like these guys, we like that. So I'm just trying to offer some perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't come tell me that Shiloh's a 1st round draft pick, but then in the same breath, you tell me that Xavier Weaver is better at his position than Shiloh is at his position.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. See, that's double. You see, you saying you ain't really thinking about what you're saying. So
Mhm.
if that's the case, and you call him a day 3, you call him Weaver day 3. And again, let's get rid of the importance of the position. Then what you're saying is Shiloh's a day 3 guy as of today.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say he's
Yeah.
a day 3 guy, and
Mhm.
I do think he'll get drafted. Like if he just has the same year he has this year, and maybe even a little bit ahead. Like if
Mhm.
Jerry Jones wants to bring him in, like I understand that you can't really separate the player from the name and where they come from and like all of that. Like you can't. It's also why I feel like there's no way in hell that Shadeur Sanders, in my opinion, is falling out the top 10. I mean, I think he has the ability and talent to be the number 1 pick next year. But if for some reason like this year doesn't go like how people expect, I still don't see him sliding very far, like at all, because I think he's got the skills and he also has star power, man, and star power is a big thing. Yeah, I don't know. People might see that as a negative thing, but I think it's a positive thing. I think it helps these athletes retain value and part of the attraction out here.
Right. Right. Let me say this, man, and I know people gonna get mad at me. It's just my opinion on this. The last name Sanders does not, in my opinion, does not benefit those guys for NFL drafting.
Really?
I don't believe that helps them. I think it hurts them more than it helps them.
I think it helps them.
No, I disagree. I disagree with that. I think because there's one thing about the NFL that I know that's historically true. They absolutely cannot stand distractions. They absolutely cannot stand it. And if they think a guy is circusy, they won't mess with you like that.
Unless your name is Mark Davis or Jerry Jones, which I think would both be very interesting fits for both of those players. More particularly Shadeur.
But see what you said though. See what
Yeah.
you said. Who you named two organizations. They are very anti-circusy. I hate to use that word, but I think that conveys my what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but this ain't me. I'm not okay. This is not me knocking those guys. I don't even agree with that they should be knocked for that. I have seen them do this. They would run away from people like that on their team. I just seen them do it, bro.
Will the talent be good enough? We'll just have to see.
Yeah. You got to be very.
I could make the same case about Caleb Williams. Like if he were to be drafted here in Denver, I would have some reservations. Obviously, I'd be pumped up about it, but I don't think he handled pressure very well, like the external pressure since being at USC. I'm worried that he's a little bit sensitive.
Mhm.
All of that. Now, I do feel like, granted, there's going to be more attention on somebody like Shadeur, right, coming into the NFL. But wouldn't you say that he's handled the spotlight pretty well? I mean, sure, there's things I think that we can nitpick. I don't think he's going to be having anybody launching advertisements to sell his merch at halftime anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think he's learned from some of those things, but I think overall he's handled this spotlight pretty well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And again, the point that I just made, that's not me. It's not how I feel. I have seen them do this many, many, many times. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point of Tim Tebow. Even him, I've even seen him. Now once he got in, right? Granted, he never was a good quarterback. Don't misunderstand that. But there was a time where nobody would touch him because of the circusy deal.
Well, that's
you know
because
what I mean. Not necessarily about his play.
That's because he was trash. In the
He
words
was
of
bad.
PB, because he was legitimate trash. He was legitimate trash.
Bro, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
But he could have been a practice squad guy. He could have been a third QB guy. But what I'm saying is that the things that made him circusy is what also was a draw. It didn't help him stay in the league, bro.
Cam Newton.
That's true too. That's true too. That's true too.
He has a little too much star power to be a backup quarterback.
That's true too.
And I think he wants back in.
I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
hope
so?
not. He says Raw trying. Hey man, Jill said Raw trying to find anything to hate on it. What? These people are in the
Jizzle. I love that name though. And Jizzle.
They are
That is
totally
a great name. Say that 5 times. Jizzle, Jizzle, Jizzle,
I
Jizzle,
know,
Jizzle.
they are totally. But I love it though. I love it though. I love it. I mean, when we're talking about, like right now, we're talking about the things that goes on in the league, right? And then, but I guess mentioning the fact and their innate disdain for circusy players, I guess they think because we mentioned it, we hating on them. That's not true at all. But I just know that's how they act. I know that's how they act, bro. You couldn't tell me Cam Newton, because Cam Newton actually said that, hey, he's cool with being a backup. Bro, they weren't touching him. They weren't gonna touch him. Circusy, bro.
Yeah, man. The way he used to, I don't think he still does this, but type out his social media posts with all those different like styles. Like they were letters, but they weren't like normal letters. You know what I'm saying? It was always written in like code. But it's like those little things, man. Like I don't know. I probably sound like an old white right now. I'm not trying to sound like that, but it's like, you know, so sometimes people do bring attention to themselves. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But then it always generates this discussion of, well, this guy's like this guy's like that, this guy's an idiot, yada, yada, yada. And there's all this sort of talk around all that.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Yeah. I agree with you. But I agree with you on that.
Would I have wanted Cam Newton playing for us, you know, over the last 5 years here in Denver? Absolutely. I know his shoulder shot, but it wasn't anything. We didn't have anything better, man, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
No, bro. Y'all had a lot better, bro. Who you had was better than Cam Newton, bro.
Cam
Newton couldn't, bro. He played with New England.
Cam Newton could still run over people, man.
No,
man. How Russ would go down on first contact.
Man, look, bro. Those I saw him play in New England, right? And that year he went to New England that first season, they should have been in the playoff. Did they make the playoff? No, they should have been a playoff team. Yeah, should have been a playoff team. But bro, the deal is, my man, he could not throw the check down. He couldn't throw it. He was throwing it behind him. He was throwing it high. There was drives that stalled out because his inaccuracy just on the check down. I'm like, bro, put the ball in the right spot, man. Anyway, I know this is boring talk. So, but the point being is, bro, he was shot, man. He was shot. He was shot, bro.
We did it to him, man. We did it to him.
Hey, this one of your listeners, man, Stephen Woodland. He said Raw's correct about not being a distraction, but 2 doesn't fall into that category. Okay, that's fine. I agree with that. I appreciate Stephen Woodland being able to understand exactly what I'm talking about. That, bro, thank you. That's what me and Dave fight for, some simple understanding here. But
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. A lot of this is so to sum up this discussion, Rawhide, all I'm gonna say is that it can be a both and thing. You can bring in a coach to help your son or a player, just like any coach should on their team to help a player. I think that this coach not only should help Shiloh, but it should help the whole secondary. And there's nothing wrong with saying it's a little bit of both and, man.
No, nothing wrong.
You know, this is what I don't understand about people, man. Like it either has to be Coach Prime's doing this for Shiloh or he's doing it for the team. And Shiloh's part of the team, man. Like, yeah. Some of these talking points, but I'll sum this up by saying, hell yeah, Shiloh was the best safety we had on the team this year, and I'm not backing down from it. There's only one safety right now that I feel like we have that would be drafted right now, or has the potential to be drafted right now. That's still on. Well, if we go into 25, and that is Shiloh. Maybe Cameron Silman Craig can play his way there because I liked him. I thought he was one of our stronger players in the secondary last year.
How did Cam grade PFF wise?
Let's pull this up. Yeah. Pull this up.
In comparison to Shiloh. I love Cam, bro. I don't know what the number's gonna say, but I love Cam. Honestly.
I love him and Jane Miller-Jones.
bro, that Jalen Jones, if he improves, he's going to be another one. I know people hate Carter Stoudemire. I get that, but bro, listen, man, I love Carter. I love Jalen Miller Jones and Cam. Those three guys, man. Hey, I love those guys.
Oh
man.
wow. Okay, here's where we got. So Shiloh was ranked 219th best safety out of out of 852. So rough math, that's like the top quarter at least, right? Somewhere around there. 73.8 overall grade. That's very good. Rated 77.8 in coverage. Guys, when you're grading out anywhere in the at the high 70s, you're very good at that. Cameron Silman-Craig was then our next highest rated safety for DBs who qualified at 562. So 219 and 562. Cameron Silman-Craig had a grade of 64.3. And Shiloh Sanders' grade was 73.8. And when you're in that 70s, like that is a good grade. Like you are a good football player.
Okay.
Roderick Ward graded out as 725.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. There you go with Shiloh. And that's if y'all put y'all stock in the PFF. But I thought that was interesting to see. I figured Cam would have been graded a little bit higher than that, but I know they play two different positions. But
yeah, I don't know. And they also had Jaden Milner-Jones on here as a cornerback, and he graded 65.1. So he didn't have enough snaps to qualify. Carter Stoudemire, yeah, he graded 67.8, but neither of them played enough snaps to be qualified to be ranked. So again, guys, take this with a huge grain of salt because Travis Hunter rated 228 in all cornerbacks. No, that ain't true.
Oh my God. I hear it was that Rawhide with the backhand compliments and sarcasm.
What? Backhand compliments?
I have no earthly idea what they're talking about. But listen, man. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. We didn't even touch Super Bowl.
Dude, let's talk about this, man.
So Michael Jordan of football.
Don't do that yet. Don't do that yet.
Bro, that's MJ.
Don't do that yet.
MJ,
no, hell no, man.
MJ, bro.
No, hell no, man. Hell no.
That dude right there, man.
Hell no.
I agree with what's my man on
guys crowning this man like he's already won 8 rings or some shit.
Bro, you know how I feel about winning rings. That's not a quarter. I don't that doesn't move me one way or the other on whether you're better or worse than the quarterback. But listen, man. Dude's off the chain, man. Dude's off the chain. I hope he wins. I hope he wins. I don't know how you stop MJ of football, bro. I don't know how you do it. Hey, Dan Orlovsky, I've disagreed with him on one thing, but bro, I agree with him on that. Hey, don't even when you talk about quarterbacks, just take Patrick Mahomes, put him somewhere else.
I will say, if you're picking Brock Purdy to beat Patrick Mahomes in any matchup, man, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm going to be rooting for the Niners, but I definitely think, Kansas City, they're just the purest example right now of just turning that thing on when it mattered the most. Who cares about the regular season, man?
Well, and think about the 49ers, it ain't Brock Purdy, it's the team. Because they got some soldiers over there now. 49ers got some soldiers.
But this is going to be a game where they need their quarterback. Just like the last matchup, man, they needed Jimmy G to come up with some big-time throws for them there in the second half, and he couldn't make them.
Bro, all he missed was one throw. If he had just made that one throw, bro, it was one throw.
We need Brock Purdy to make one big throw. Can he make one big throw?
Let's don't act like the defense didn't give up in that game. Let Patrick Mahomes go back 15 yards, throw it off the back leg, bro, and complete that pass. Come on, man. If they had, if they had defended that, 49ers win the ball game.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
true.
So, bro, it go both ways. I like what Cam Newton said on First Take today about people lose perspective, and a lot of people, well, people do lose perspective, and
No,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
people don't.
It's just this
People don't.
comment. I'm not laughing at that. Go ahead.
Yeah. And people don't really understand or don't look at what I'm saying, what brings what really affects the outcome. We just all want to blame the quarterback or give the quarterback the praise and all that, but it's way more than that. But when you talk like that, you sound like rawhide, and they think you're a hater because you think that it takes all 22 players, offense and defense, and even special teams. I guess that we up to 33
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that you win a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we try to offer is perspective.
Yeah. But I did want to say this. Indo had a funny comment.
What did he say?
You rawhide. This is 2024. Everybody is the GOAT, and everybody gets a statue. That just like everybody calling this offensive and defensive line elite here in Boulder, man, you're already crowning Patrick Mahomes as the greatest of all time, man. Same thing to me.
Who have you seen play better football than Patrick Mahomes?
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning,
okay, Peyton Manning,
Dan Marino, John Elway.
Better than Patrick Mahomes? Okay, I'll give you Peyton. I'll give you Marino. I'll give you Elway. I ain't giving you Tom Brady, bro. I ain't giving you that. Bro.
I can't believe this, man.
I ain't giving you that, bro.
Again, are we talking about let's reframe this because we're talking about two different things. I realize this. There is the best quarterback, and then there is the greatest quarterback. Okay. Now, when you say Michael Jordan, it makes me think we're just talking about the greatest, like the most accomplished, with
I think the best player to ever play basketball.
What?
Michael Jordan, the best player to ever lace him up.
Yeah, he's the best and the greatest.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I say, okay, people fail to realize that Tom Brady, the first three, he was Brock Purdy. The last one, he was Cam Newton. And not Cam Newton. I apologize. Not Cam Newton, but Jameis Winston in the playoffs. And the last one with New England, he could have in the Super Bowl. He put up 10 points, bro. Come on, man. There were now, hey, Atlanta. I'll give him credit. I'll give Tom Brady credit for the Atlanta Super Bowl. He brought him back, but the defense also had to make stops. And Mike Shanahan lost his mind.
But it was also a team sport.
Yeah. Hey, he lost his mind by not handing the ball off. But I'll give him that. Seattle, bro, I'll even give him Seattle, even though stupid Seattle pulled some, I ain't gonna say that, but pull some, I'm trying to make the quarterback look good stuff and not hand the ball over. So, fine. The first three, he was Brock Purdy, bro. He was Brock Purdy the first three.
Wow.
He was Brock Purdy.
Dude, the only way Patrick Mahomes is ever topping Tom Brady for me is if he wins more rings than him or wins a ring at fucking 45 years old.
Spoken just like a Denver Bronco fan.
Got that right. I'm not hiding my bias here, but I do want to say this. I fucking love the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing that's going on. I just got to say it. I'm not sick of it one bit. I think it's great for football. I think it's getting way more people interested in football, and all these old hags that are done seeing her on the TV broadcast like 5 times a game, man. Stop it, man. You're also the same people that are complaining that your woman doesn't like football.
Oh, you sound like you agree with really flawed.
Hell yeah. I think it's great. And I think it's really entertaining.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, bro, I don't even think about it. It doesn't even cross my mind. I never think about it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I never think about it, bro. I talked about that on my other show. I don't even think about it. Sometime I admit, you know what I'm saying, the things that we complain about, I don't care whatever group you are part of, it's generally not that for the most part. So I don't know, bro. I never even think about it, to be honest with you.
I just think it's fun. But also, I think Travis Kelce is hilarious, along with Jason Kelce. And
Oh yeah.
I hope that Travis Kelce, he starts hosting like a because I know he did a great job on SNL when he hosted that a while back. I'd like to see him go into comedy. I know there is that rumor around Tom Brady considering going into stand-up comedy after retirement, right? You heard about those rumors?
Mm-mm.
And I bet, because he works so hard at it, I bet he could become really good at it. But I'd like to see Travis Kelce go into comedy after his career is wrapped up.
I got you.
Kind of a hot take. I did want to ask you about this, Rawhide.
Okay.
Hall of Fame class yesterday. I love the fact.
What's your question? What's your question?
Why are we inducting the same amount of members as the NBA when, you know, their roster sizes are way less and the guys that they have on the field are like, you know, more than half? You know, you got 10 guys on a basketball court at a time. You got 22 on the field in football. And I think the Hall of Fame inductee class, the classes are around the same, right? Or like, I know the NBA, sometimes they're smaller, but I think they can go up to like 5 or 6, right?
Well, the problem with the NBA, it's not the NBA. It's just basketball. That's the problem with the problem with basketball Hall of Fame.
I still don't really have an issue with the NBA Hall of Fame because there's not like people that I feel like get snubbed out of it. Like everybody that should be in it is in there, you know? Any player that you can think of, right, that you feel like deserves it, like should be in there. That, you know, like didn't Tony Parker just get in right now? Or Manu Ginobili got in. So Antonio Gates should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, but we only have a finite amount of spots. And listen, if there is one special teamer to get in, it should be Devin Hester. That's how I feel.
No, Solid Gold said Devin Hester don't supposed to be in the Hall of Fame.
He shouldn't be in over somebody like Antonio Gates. That's how I feel about it.
So what's your question? What's your question? So
my question is, should we expand this hall? Like, I understand the Hall of Fame is about, you know, exclusivity, the true elite. But the Hall of Fame's way more fun when all the guys we want in actually get in.
Oh, really?
Should it be expanded? Should it be expanded, Rawhide?
No. I think they're putting people in. I think they're putting people in that shouldn't get in anyway. No, I don't. I don't think it need to be expanded. As a matter of fact, I think they need to reduce it, and the NBA needs to separate and make their own Hall of Fame, like the NFL, and not be just basketball. So I'm sorry, I'm with Coach Prime on this. I am behind Coach Prime 1000%. Hey, they letting cats in that don't need to be in. No.
Wow.
No, bro.
Wow.
Shorten that thing.
What?
Bro, too many, bro. Too many, bro.
Man, I thought you liked to have fun, Rawhide. That's not a very fun perspective, man.
But no, man. No, bro. I mean, I watched Dwight Freeney play because I was a big Peyton Manning. Because full disclosure, I think Peyton Manning before Patrick Mahomes.
Before Tom Brady.
No, before Patrick Mahomes.
Before Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning was my best to ever see play the game. Okay. Now, then came Patrick Mahomes. Now, but Dwight Freeney, I watched him play. He's good. Yeah, he's good. Okay, good. But yeah, all right, bro. Yeah, all right. See, I would question his Hall of Fame induction. I like Dwight, bro. I like him, man.
I don't know his stats.
I watched him play, bro. I watched him play.
Troy Holt's not in.
Wait. It ain't even so much. It ain't so much about the stats because I had the same argument. They were talking about my man for San Diego. No, I'm not saying that, but the Chargers. No. We were talking about the Chargers linebacker, Mack. I think it's Mack, right? Khalil Mack. Okay.
Oh, he's playing for him. Yeah.
Right. He played. So I had a conversation. I think he ended up with like 16 sacks. And I was telling people that Mac ain't the dude that he used to be. And bro, they drilled me for that. Oh my God, they drilled me for that. Right? They drilled me for that. But when you talking about difference makers, right? I felt like Mac is not that no more. But using that same type of thought process, man, I saw Dwight Freeney play. I watched him play. He was good, bro. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
He was good. But I'm like, bro, you ain't Myles Garrett. You ain't TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, so I think we're going right back to the elite definition, bro. Nowadays, bro, everything's elite, bro.
Everything is elite when it comes to the Hall of
bro.
Fame. Absolutely. I'm changing my definition. I'm changing it.
Bro.
I want all my favorite
bro.
players in. I want everybody to be happy. And who cares how many members you got in it? It's a time to honor generations and eras and guys who played for all these teams that we appreciated at the time.
Bro. I'm straight. I'm straight behind. I am straight behind Coach Prime on this one, bro. I think. Oh my God, I don't want to blow this live up. I really don't, bro. I'm not gonna say that. I think about it tomorrow. Brady brought the spin move. Bro, no, he did not. See, people just say anything, bro. They say anything. I swear to God, they just say anything. But the deal is, bro. I think there's levels to this, man. And I just, if you're gonna be a Hall of Famer, to me, a Hall of Famer is somebody that, you know what I'm saying, stands on top of the bodies of the rest. Not stand on top of the mountain, standing on top of the bodies of the rest. Man.
Wow.
No, bro. I'm sorry, man. I feel that way, man. I get it. Everything's elite. I get it, bro. Everything is great. I get it, bro.
So you must love the Baseball Hall of Fame format where they just put nobody fucking in there, man.
No, let me tell you. I love that, but I don't like the fact they're keeping out the people they talk about with steroids. But outside of that, how they do it, yes, I do like that.
Man, I absolutely hate it. It's not fun at all. Hall of Fame should be for the fans. Come on, man.
Oh my God, bro. I'm right there with you.
Dude.
Hey, listen, man, it gotta mean something.
Yeah, it means a hell of a lot. And I would say, okay, dude, say you expand the class by 2 slots, man, and you put in Antonio Gates and Torrey Holt. Are you really thinking that? I really think who else made it this year? Are you really thinking that Andre Johnson, like his Hall of Fame induction, isn't that special anymore, or isn't as special?
I wonder how many people saw Andre Johnson play. Now, I'm not gonna lie like I saw every game he played. I'm not gonna lie like that.
Dude, you're not doing this to Andre Johnson now, are you, man? You're not gonna go down that route. Come on, man. Guy was the best wide receiver we had in the league for a good portion of his career.
The best in the league. Wait, at what time period was he the best in the league? No, Dave. Come on, Dave.
I forgot about Calvin Johnson. Top 2.
Come on, Dave.
People are saying Andre was mid. What, guys?
Come on, Dave.
You guys know the Houston Texans, man? That guy elevated that franchise, man.
Bro, I get it. But let me tell you something, man. Hey, with Hall of Fame voting, I get it, bro. You may be great, but bro, and you may be with a dog trash organization. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna hold it against you for the Hall of Fame voting. I'm not gonna elevate you. I'm not, for instance, like people sleep on Matthew Stafford. They sleep on this dude. Matthew Stafford was off the chain. I ain't gonna act like he wasn't during his prime. But bro, just because you played with a trash organization, I ain't gonna give you that bell curve because you played for a trash organization. I'm gonna say you was off the chain now, just watching you. But to get in the Hall of Fame, bro, you got to be better than that.
So what do you think about Calvin Johnson?
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer, bro.
Okay, good. You had me worried there for a minute.
Yeah, he's Hall of Famer, bro. He's Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Javon Antonio.
Good one, Dave. Good one, Dave.
I did it too, y'all. I did it too. You can go look at the video. Man, this guy looks like Calvin Johnson out there.
Good one, Dave. Good one, Dave. Good one, Dave. Good one, Dave. Good one. But I don't know, man. That's just kind of how I feel about the Hall of Fame, bro. I am big. If people hadn't noticed yet, I am very particular about grading people. When you talk about Hall of Fame and who's the best, I am very particular about putting people in the same category, i.e., here we're going to throw this grenade. I.e., I think it's disrespectful to talk about, to put Steph Curry in the same sentence with LeBron James. I think that's very disrespectful to LeBron James.
Yeah.
Granted, I know everybody. I get it. I get how you feel about Steph. I get how people feel about it. He ain't in the same conversation with LeBron James, bro. He ain't even in the same conversation with Kevin Durant. So, in my opinion, so I know when I say that and people hear it, they lose their mind. I get that, but bro, there's levels to this, bro. There's levels to this, man. Don't go putting football wise, college football wise, don't go putting Shadeur Sanders in the same conversation, right, as a man we talked about earlier, Tim Tebow. Mm-hmm. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. It's different, bro.
Man, I understand, Ra. I understand. I just thought you were more of a fun-loving guy, man. Maybe everybody is who you say you are, man. With this take, maybe you're just raining on everybody's parade.
Bro, I'm not, man. I'm not. There's levels to it, bro. It's just levels to it, bro. It's levels. It's levels, bro. It's levels. To me,
I love it.
There's level to it. Hey, I'm wholeheartedly. Hey, I'm wholeheartedly behind Coach Prime on that one, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I'll fight Coach Prime on that one. I'll fight him on that. Hey, we did get, while I send this one message, why don't you get to this other super chat that we had from Indo?
Oh, yeah, did we have another? I apologize. All right, Indo Sports, Indo Guards, ESPN Black. He says, why do we only have one black quarterback, Warren Moon, in the Hall of Fame? Who else supposed to be in there, Indo? Who else supposed to be in the Hall of Fame?
That's black?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, who else? What other black quarterback should be in the Hall of Fame other than Warren Moon? Did what's his name make it? I thought old boy made it from Tennessee.
Steve McNair? I thought he made it, right?
Yeah, I thought he did too.
Donovan McNabb didn't make it? Was he not good for long enough?
And he shouldn't make it.
He should have made it if they won that Super Bowl. No, being the first to bring a Super Bowl to Philly, yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, dude, that city's terrible.
So
for sticking it out as long as he did in Philly, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame just for that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I'm trying to think of some other black quarterbacks.
No, not Steve. I mean, not Donovan McNabb. Not doing that, Dave. I'm sorry. Not doing that at all. You know.
Well, there's about to be a bunch more because we will have Patrick Mahomes in there.
No, Stephen McNair didn't make it, bro. He didn't. I don't see him in there, bro.
Oh yeah, you think he should have made it?
Steve McNair.
Sounds like we might need to expand those spots a little bit, Raw.
Bro. Because people don't remember this. They did. Stephen McNair did the same thing that Cam Newton did. He got beat up, bro. Yeah. He used to get hurt all the time, so he got beat up. But it is what it is. No, I wouldn't vote him in there, bro.
Wow, man. Wow.
No, I wouldn't vote him in there. I wouldn't.
Man.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, how can I say that? How can I make that argument that I just made and then say he should get in there? No, I don't think so. I guess with the rules today, he could. What? And I see Endo. Now you running out, bro. You running out, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop. I get. I know what you're doing. I don't know if you watched it during then. I think you hung on the fact that he won that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't even a starting quarterback throughout that season, bro. Stop, bro. I know what you're doing. He don't deserve being no Hall of Fame, Brian. Doug Williams deserves. No, he don't. No, he
I
don't.
gotta be honest. I know pretty much next to nothing outside about Doug Williams outside that he went to a HBCU. I figured that out last year.
Okay, no, bro. Endo doing too much on that one. He's doing a little bit too much. But yeah, no, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback to ever lace him up. Let me ask you this, Dave: if he wins this Super Bowl, is he the greatest quarterback to ever lace him up?
Hell no, man. Still got 4 more to go.
So Super Bowls matter.
Hell yeah, they do.
Oh my God, Dave. Oh my God.
And you got to divorce Brittany Mahomes and date a celebrity. That's what Tom Brady did.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised myself about that marriage when they got married.
Oh, dude, she's so annoying, man. Do you see she's going to be on the swimsuit deal for SI?
No, I can't. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want it to be another men complaining about women. So I'm just going to leave that alone.
Maybe our silence is enough said.
Nah, hey, I'll talk bad about these dudes, but nah, I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Dude, for as likable as Patrick Mahomes is, man, he sure has an unlikable family, man. I don't like his wife. I don't like his brother, and his dad's becoming quite unlikable, man. Like,
okay, why you don't like his father though?
Dude, it's not nearly at the level of those guys, but it's like, man, I know the South is different when it comes to drinking and driving. I know it's different, but it's just
I know you're not that.
But it's just like, dude, no, I'm not like that. But what I am like is like, dude, your son's playing in a Super Bowl this next week. He doesn't need any of that extra stuff on his mind or to deal with preparing for the Super Bowl. Like, just take the Uber. You guys are billionaires, essentially. Just take the Uber.
Well, the first thing is that you say how we are in the South about drinking and driving. I thought that was funny. The second thing, which I think that's cross the nation. The second thing is, yeah, you're right, man. I agree with the fact you don't need to be putting no.
Like, I feel like all this guy has to do is all this guy does is have to cover up and deal with his family's BS, man. Like, you know, and granted, yeah, it's like Jackson Mahomes getting himself arrested, putting himself in all this controversy, Brittany Mahomes throwing drinks on people during the games and screaming and all that, complaining about teammates and whatnot. It's just, he deserves so much better because he's a really awesome, likable guy, man. Like, you can't hate him. I'm a Broncos fan, man. I think he's got an awesome personality. It's probably closer to Peyton Manning in personality than a lot of these other quarterbacks. You know?
Yeah, the drinking and driving thing, I think that's the most hypocritical takes that people say all the time. Listen, I do not believe. This full disclaimer. I do not think you should drink and drive. I can co-sign with that. All right, fine, I can co-sign with that. But the hypocrisy in drinking and driving. Let's be honest about this real quick, Dave. Let's be honest. Just be god awful honest. When you're sitting around the office and you talk about drinking and drive, you sit around and talk about, oh my God, how could he do that? But then when you're at home or you're talking to your old lady and you see some come stroll across about drinking and drive, you could give two shits, two craps.
Most people who said they have not done it are lying.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. So people kill me with that drinking and driving thing. I'm just like, bro, so hypocritical. That's one of the most hypocritical subjects that can be had.
Yes, but I get frustrated with the timing of it. You know,
I get that.
That's what I get so frustrated. It's like, dude, your son has this huge moment ahead of him, and you're going out doing that, man. It just it ticks me off, man. It's just something. And like it happened with it, and I know this was much more tragic, but it pissed me off, with Andy Reid's son. Didn't he do that the week leading up to a Super Bowl or a playoff game, something like that, a few years back,
like
where he killed people drinking and driving? It's like, dude. And then they gotta, these guys, because they're the breadwinners of their whole family, dude, it's just something else that they have to handle, all while they're trying to prepare for the biggest moment of their life.
Yeah, I got you. I agree with that, bro. I can agree with that. That's more about the decision making and less about drinking and driving.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Thank you for putting it into better words.
There you go. Yeah. I got you on that. I got you on that.
I mean, let's just be honest. A DUI in Texas it's kind of just a rite of passage if you grow up there, as politically incorrect as that is to say.
Bro, people kind of kill me with that, you know what I'm saying, when they stand on that. I'm like, bro, just go to a bar, sit in your car and watch the people walk out the bar and get in their car and drive off, bro. Stop.
I've seen some bad down in West Texas, man. I've seen so many dumb accidents, man. Terrible, man. Terrible. But, just new subject. Should we land this shit show?
I guess so.
We probably need a little bit lighter of a. I don't want to leave on that sort of subject, man. Let's talk about something else.
Oh Lord, everything I say, it gets turned into Rawhide being a hater and influencing you. So I don't, bro. It's kind of ridiculous. So what do you? Whoa! What do you think about them switching that Baylor game to the homecoming?
It was it Kansas State at first? Yeah, because I got us losing that game. People don't like to hear that. Can't lose homecoming, man. I think we got a lot better shot going up against Baylor.
So you think that's why they did it?
Hell yeah, dude. And usually, man, to be honest, we usually lose our homecoming game. I mean, we've gotten our ass kicked a lot over the last 15 years or whatever. But we had, when I was at school at CU, we had one of the years I was there, might have been 2018. I think it was 2018 because this was like leading up to why Mike McIntyre got fired. We blew a 28-point lead in the second half, which honestly I think it might have even been the fourth quarter, to Oregon State, and lost homecoming. So Coach Prime still holds the record, or our team last year holds the record for largest lead blown in Colorado football history at 29. But we had a 28 point blown lead against Oregon State, and that was blown in a quicker amount of time. On our homecoming. So it would be nice to get a homecoming win. I think our homecoming was. Do you remember what our homecoming game was this past year?
I didn't even know what game it was.
Well, it was I think it was Oregon State. Probably Oregon State. But I think we got a better shot against Baylor than we do against Oregon State this past year, right? Or against Kansas State. Now, I love what you sent me from. I know Alfaru said not to say anything, but I'm just going to say it. I thought he brought up a funny point. He's like, I wouldn't be surprised if they move this game again to the Cincinnati game.
I wouldn't be surprised either, man. If they do that, though, honestly, if they do that, I think they'd be in a hole, just to be honest with you, a garden tool. Don't move it again. I honestly didn't even like the move originally. Because I didn't like it, man. I didn't like what it said. Now, they come out with something official and say, oh, well, we had something for travel, weather, They make it sound good, fine. I'm good with that. But I what the dude said on Locked On Baylor, I think I got to agree with that. Did you see that?
No, but he's so funny. What did he say?
Bro, he just basically said,
so funny.
Bro, he just basically said, hey, man, they had to move it for an easy win. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what they did, I mean, I guess a person could, you know what I'm saying, split some hairs and say that they don't even believe they're going to beat Kansas State. So I didn't like it, but
maybe we know something. Maybe we know something. Maybe we know something, Ron. Maybe this team ain't as much as I wanted to. Maybe they aren't going undefeated, but
yeah, I mean, hey, bro,
they know it too.
They don't. Right, the administration and people, the decision makers, don't even believe in it. I mean, like, really, man, I didn't like that. I will admit, I didn't like it, bro.
For real, that's funny you didn't like it. I had no problem with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just wanted to win.
Not liking it, having a problem with it. Two different things. I ain't got a problem with it, but it just feels like you get the guy on Locked On Baylor saying what he said. That's what I don't like. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
We should have turned that out better, man, because it's clear we want to be the top of conversation every day, man. We should have announced that during a lull period where we weren't announcing hirings this week. That would have been a fun topic of debate. But I'm glad the Locked On Baylor guy, man, what is his name? He's a goofy guy. I want to do a collab with him.
Bro. In his defense, he didn't say anything negative about Colorado.
No,
he was talking about his program and how that they need to step up.
Basically. Yeah, they're bad. Man, he was down bad. He was down so sad at the end of last season, man. I subscribed to Locked On Baylor, and now he does the Locked On Big 12 as well. And yeah, he's good. I can't remember his name though. Baylor grad though. He's funny though, but yeah, it's funny that we moved that homecoming game, man. I hope that we can get it done, but this means we better beat Baylor, man. Even with that quarterback that they got coming in.
I like the way he looks, bro. I like the way he looks.
I know nothing about him.
No. Yeah, I like the way he looks.
Well, do you want to open up the panel for a little bit?
You know what I'm saying? I was just stalling them out. I know how, you know what I'm saying?
Now you can end my stream before I get any of the comments of saying, David, you have to watch your image. We can't have Coach Hayes on here anymore. But
yeah, bro, some of your fans, bro, they just like, oh my
I love
God,
them all,